What's going on, guys? Pro here at VIP Outdoors, and pretty cool deal today. So I'm down here in Tualatin at the Steelhead Gear retail shop. I've been in here a handful of times, mainly to stop by and say hi to Alex and the crew, but I forget how cool and cozy this shop is, man. It is. If you get a chance, come on down, take a peek at it. But what we want to do today is we want to go over some of the accessories we have. You all know me as the salmon spinner blade guru. We have a million different spinner blades, but one thing that makes VIP Outdoors and myself so relevant on the spinner blade side is that I'm a fishing guide, and I rely on our products to catch fish consistently over and over and over. But it's not always our products that are catching the fish. Here in the Northwest, we have an amazing salmon fishery. That amazing salmon fishery is supported by good local tackle manufacturers, including VIP Outdoors, but we got a couple other great brands, and we have produced some items, manufactured some items to enhance those other manufacturers on the market. So let's dive right into it, guys. This is what I'm talking about. We have what are called, I call them hard baits. We got our Brad's Super Bait, we got a Brad's Cut Plug, and we have a Yakima Spinfish right there, okay? With the fishery, the salmon fishery in particular that we have, we wanted to make a good product fish better. And here's exactly how we did it. First, what we did is we brought you guys awesome leaders. We got our leader boards, pre-tied 3-pack leaders. These are Gamakatsu 4-aught hooks. We also have them in a 3-aught on both 40-pound and 30-pound. They're on a nush knot. What's really cool about the nush knot right here, this is an adjustable bottom loop where you could replace this bottom hook, but more importantly, that section of line between that knot and your bottom hook is now double the strength instead of using just one single knot. I'm gonna go ahead and unwrap that, and we're gonna jump right into how we assemble these and how we get things rigged up. So check this out. We have our leader. This right here is probably one of the most popular, if not the most popular hard bait on the market, called a super bait, correct? For years and years and years, people would use these, but we get so frustrated with the amount of bites we would get, but lack of landing fish. We'd lose a lot of fish because the recommended way to rig this up was to stack multiple 8mm beads underneath here and then dangle your hooks. Well, what would happen is that your super bait and your stack of 8 beads were comparable in weight. What happens when they're comparable in weight? Well, as this spins through the water, your hooks and your bait then split apart because they're equal weight. Faster you go, the bigger they split, and the fish would bite the super bait, but you'd miss the hooks. So here's what we did to correct that, and this will help your landing ratio when using super baits. First thing you want to do, you want to grab one of our pieces of micro tubing. Okay, we got 4 different colors. We got clear, chartreuse, pink, and green. They come in 36-inch sections. What I do is I take them, I trim them down into a 2-inch section, slide my pre-tied leader in there, like so. 8mm bead. The quality of bead is a really big deal. A bead isn't a bead isn't a bead. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of beads on the market, some more expensive than others. These good quality beads have a same consistent hole size that go through every one of these beads. So good quality 8mm bead, you can find those on the website as well, that stops right at the top of that micro tubing. Now what we do is we take our line, rig it through the bottom of the super bait, come through the pre-drilled hole, out through the nose, suck it tight, just like so. Okay. Now what happens is you have a center axis for this super bait to rotate around. And that micro tubing, an 8mm bead, does not allow these hooks to suck up in that direction. But what you don't have is the excessive weight from all your 8mm beads here that make your super bait and hooks swim apart. Now, the super bait rotates the way it was designed to rotate with your hooks trailing perfectly behind. Trust me guys, that 100% helps in your landing ratio. So that's how we use a super bait with some of our accessories. Let's go to the Yakima Spinfish. Same thing, we have our pre-tied leaders there in both 30 pound with 3/0 or 40 pound and 4/0. I generally use the 40 pounds and 4/0 in the fall, the 30 pound and the 3/0 in the spring. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of our 5 or 6 millimeter beads. You can take 1, 2, however long you want to make it. I keep it nice and clean and tight. I use 1 bead, come up through the bottom. There's 2 sides, there's 2 different holes on the top of this spinfish. If I have the spinfish belly down facing towards me, I always put it on the right side. I don't know why. I don't know. I can't even tell you if the left side fishes because I've never fished the left side. I know the right side fishes, okay? So if you're looking at it, however you're looking, if you're looking at the bill of it, the right side is the side you want, all right? Just like so. You clip it on and away you go. And what's nice about having that pre-tied leaderboard is once you catch a fish or 2, take that off, dispose of this, grab a new leader, slide it down, 1-2 punch right there, okay? And last but not least, cut plug. In this case, I do use about 2 to 3 beads on bottom, and what I'm trying to achieve is what I believe to be the proper distance from your hook points to the bottom of the bait. So I'm gonna go and rig this. I can honestly say I don't use a lot of these anymore. I had 1 or 2 that fished really well, and they broke off, and so I just haven't never got back to them. But check this out. This is what I mean when I mean appropriate distance. I like that bottom of the bait to come halfway down the shank of the hook. And I want that point to be right behind there on the first hook, the trailing hooks back a little further. I'm not a big fan of the hooks dangling way back there. That creates a wobble behind there, inconsistency. It manipulates the spin of the bait. I really think all these companies did a good job of designing appropriate spin, so I don't want to take away from that. And again, it's nice, clean, very effective. But anyways guys, those are the leaders we pre-tie for you. Those are the accessories we have that enhance and support these other Northwest companies and their products, their salmon fishing products I should say, that are dang good products. So anyways guys, take a look at them. They're on the website vipoutdoors.com, and we got more for you. Thanks for watching guys, we really appreciate you. If you like what you see, make sure you hit the like button down below. You got any questions, leave them in the comments, and make sure you subscribe.